Market money for MMAfighting.com in Tokyo, Japan, before One Championship, a new era, which takes place March 31st, Sunday, at a Sumo Hall, with Chatri Sityodtong, Chairman and CEO of One Championship. Chatri, it's been a while since we've chatted. How exciting is this whole week? It's the first one card in Japan. It's arguably, if not definitely, the biggest one card of all time. How exciting is this whole experience?
It's absolutely crazy for me. I'm half Japanese, so to come back here to Japan, my mother was in the press conference. I got to be a good son. But yeah, for me as a lifelong martial artist, Japan is the home of martial arts, and it's terrible to see the 20-year decline in martial arts here. But One Champion is here to revive it and to bring Japan back to its glory days, and even higher than its glory days. So I'm really excited for the card. But obviously, this card is a global card. It's genuinely, we just announced our Star Sports deal in India. We're gonna have a lot of folks from India tuning in, but even in Turner and BR Live. So this card, we think, are gonna break all records in terms of viewership numbers for us.
You said at the press conference that possibly 4 events next year in Japan,
Yes.
and the goal is 12 per year in Japan.
Right.
Seems like Japan is a critical part of one's growth. Is it not?
Yeah, most definitely. Japan, it's a martial arts country. I'm half Japanese. There's many reasons for me to come here, but also I believe it's an enormous opportunity. It's definitely a industry that's been in decline for the last 20 years, and I think a new formula, a new global property coming in has a chance to really ignite things here in Japan.
So you guys started this in 2011, One Championship. Let's dial it back for a second.
Yeah.
Was there any targets, any pinpoints? Because 8 years on, things are obviously going extremely well. Like you said, all these TV deals, the BR Live deal, in the United States, making inroads really everywhere, not even just in Asia anymore. Was that always the goal?
Yeah. So when I started One Championship 7.5 years ago, I had a very simple thesis. Every region of the world has several multi-billion-dollar sports media properties. U.S. has NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Europe has EPL, Champions League, F1. Asia has nothing on a pan-Asian basis, and yet Asia has been the home of martial arts for 5,000 years. I want to unite 4 billion people here in Asia, celebrate Asia's greatest cultural treasure and the deep-rooted Asian values of integrity, humility, honor, respect, courage, discipline, compassion. I want to show authentic martial arts and bring back the good in the word martial arts. For me as a lifelong martial artist, I do feel that the word mixed martial arts has been tainted severely by the West.
Really? Can you expand on that?
I think that the West has taken the physical aspects of martial arts and glorified it and taken it to some extremes where anger, hatred, controversy, steroids, cocaine, and all these ugly stuff that we see, that's not martial arts. You come to Asia, Jackie Chan, that's martial arts. Bruce Lee, that's martial arts. Humility, honor, respect, integrity, good people. If you think about why parents send their kids in Asia to martial arts schools, it's not to become a vulgar human being. It's so that they learn humility, honor, respect, courage, and discipline, and they learn work ethic. That's literally why, if you look at a 5,000-year history of Asia, the bedrock values of Asia as a continent come from martial arts.
It seems like you haven't been pleased with some of the things that have been going on. Let's come out and say it in the UFC. Some of those things that you mentioned, you're pointing right toward them. Is that the way you feel about it?
Well, I'll just say that I'm one of the things I'm most proud of is in the 7.5 years since I started One Champion, not a single one of our athletes have ever been in a scandal, not in a front page newspaper or for anything but good things, such as helping children or winning world titles, being honorable men and women, being role models of society. That's literally, we've never had a single scandal ever, full stop. And that's something I'm very proud of because we are very careful who we select as athletes. They have to be the best in the world at what they do, but they have to be genuinely good human beings with role model potential in the future. So I don't think it's an accident that other organizations are seeing, weekly scandals, and One Championship for 7.5 years hasn't had a single one.
You guys signed recently Demetrius Johnson and Eddie Alvarez. Of course, Stage Northcutt is not on this card, but he's also fighting coming up in May. And it's a situation where you guys are obviously very big in Asia and have been for a number of years now. But in the United States, have not quite penetrated, I guess, like the MMA mainstream. But with these signings, it seems like that is happening now. And this is a huge card for you guys. What was it about Demetrius Johnson? What was it about Eddie Alvarez that made those guys attractive to bring over?
Well, for DJ, it's obvious. He's the greatest pound-for-pound mixed martial artist in history, arguably. And for me, he is. In terms of technical ability and skill and all that stuff. You'd put the same names with GSP as well up there. But what makes DJ so special is he's a wonderful human being. He shares similar values. He has authentic values. He has an incredible life story that UFC never ever told. And we feel that he can become a global superstar, especially here because of the values he has. Eddie Alvarez, the same thing. Phenomenal athlete, the only man to ever win both Bellator and UFC world titles. The third world title that's only missing in his collection is one championship. But Eddie, as ferocious as he is in the cage, he is a consummate gentleman outside. And Sage Northcutt, same thing. So this is something that we have a lot of incoming demand now from athletes around the world, from a lot of the top global organizations, and we're cherry picking the very best athletes who exemplify the very best of humanity, and that's just the ethos of one championship.
Last couple of things, Chatri. What are the goals remaining for one? And I know that you've said many times this is only just the beginning. And do those goals also include shows in the United States in the future?
Yes, I mean, it is just the very beginning. As much as one championship momentum is gone from 700,000 viewers per event to 20 million viewers per event last year as an average, it's just the beginning. Why? Asia has 4 billion people. There are 2 billion viewers in the same time zone here. So theoretically, there could be 2 billion viewers per event. That's obviously a theoretical number, but you get my point that 20 million is a small number. When I look at the U.S., yes, there have been high-level discussions with Turner. They've asked us to throw an event in the U.S., Madison Square Garden specifically. We haven't committed to anything yet, but I can tell you there are high-level discussions going on. And I think you'll see some other big, high-profile signings as well. This is just the beginning. I mean, the fact that people are like, wow, Chatri, congratulations on, Vitor Belfort and Sage and Eddie Alvarez and DJ, etc. It's just the beginning. If you knew who Matt Hume received calls from or emails from, if you knew who were in discussions or the free agents that are coming up to free agency, you'll be blown away. And in 12 months, I'll just leave it at that. Our roster will be significantly more globally recognized.
Well, don't tease us. Any names you can throw out there that are not under contract right now?
I think you just have to go across the landscape and see who's in free agency, who's about to be in free agency, and then cherry pick those who are the very best martial artists, and then cherry pick on top of that good people. Good people. That's what I care about a lot. I care about how people conduct themselves outside the cage. I don't care what kind of ratings you draw. If you're a bad human being, if you're committing felonies, if you are taking cocaine and steroids and partying, that is not what we want at one championship. We don't have those kind of individuals.
Is Vitor Belfort going to fight Roy Jones Jr.? Because obviously this is something that I think fans would probably be interested in seeing, but it seems a little bit off-brand, that type of fight for you guys, because you guys are very strict, pure martial arts, and that's kind of like almost like an old pride style fight.
Right. So, we've always been very open in that the way we think about one champion, it's a platform of martial arts. So we're the home of martial arts. We do mixed martial arts fights. We do Muay Thai fights. We do kickboxing fights. We've even done WBC boxing world title fights as well, submission grappling, and the list goes on and on. And so it's a platform for all martial arts, as long as we believe that, it's done in the right way and done in a way that obviously makes fans happy, but more importantly, our impact on the world. That's what I care about most. At the end of the day, I built one championship. I started one championship because I want to make a positive impact on the world. I want to, celebrate values, unleash heroes, inspire countries, and I want to change the world. That's literally what motivates me every morning. Every other organization is selling fights. I don't care about that. I care about building heroes.
Where do you think, and I'll leave you with this, what do you think went wrong with MMA, I guess, in your opinion? Because it seems like you do have some strong opinions about how things are promoted in the United States and North America. So where do you think it went wrong? Is it the times have changed, the fans, or is it the promotion itself?
I think that the world will only take so much anger, hatred, controversy, wife beaters, cocaine users, steroid abusers, felons. At some point, the world is going to revolt, and I think that's a time coming soon. I know a lot of athletes are revolting against that. And I fundamentally believe that good always triumphs over evil. I fundamentally believe that love always overcomes hatred. These are fundamental beliefs I have. And I know it sounds corny, and I know it sounds almost like idealistic, but I really do believe that you see so much negativity all over the world, not just in actually mixed martial arts, in all walks of society. And I feel a deep responsibility as the CEO of Asia's largest global sports property to ensure that we are doing good in the world, igniting hope, strength, dreams, and inspiration, and giving kids a role model. You know, one of my biggest barometers of success, I tell my team, when children put up posters of our heroes, I want parents to go, wow, that's an amazing hero, because that hero has integrity, humility, honor, respect, courage, compassion, discipline. That hero has an incredible life story. That's a role model. Not because I want children to all become professional fighters. If they do, that's great. But I want children to know that they can be the greatest doctor in the world. They can be the greatest CEO. They can be a great nurse, teacher, whatever it is. I want to make a positive impact on society. I want you one championship, to continue its mission of making be a positive force to the world. And that's what we are. And that's, I think, the proof is in the pudding, in the numbers. By far, in terms of viewership numbers, we're the biggest by far in the world in terms of viewership per event. There's no question.
Thanks, Chatri. Good luck with everything, and I appreciate the time.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it.